Okay, so I'm gonna do another test. Now I have tested the NX gun before in a previous video, but what I would like to do here is test it again just to see if it's been slightly tweaked or changed. Also test it against some of the popular slash, good weapons now, or even the OP weapons now that I have. I want to just see how it performs, whether it's a gun that I will use, because I have it for 12 days now. I'm master rank on my rifle. I have it for 12 days. I want to see whether it's something I will use or whether it's going to be too OP and it's going to be boring, because already I am bored of the Brent tuning, because that's pretty OP in my opinion. I'm going to do my test a little different from usual. I'm going to give you your usual tap fire and spray with both standing and crouching, but I will also give you some more ranged fire down this area, and that is because someone asked me to do this just so we can see how it performs at range, and that is a fair comment, because obviously this distance is you're almost kissing the other person when you're shooting at this distance. So we will test it. So the first test will be a tap fire, and it will be against the line, and let's see how much kick we get from this. Hope you can hear my mouse whilst this is happening. Now of course, if you fire that slow at somebody, they're going to kill you pretty quick. So let's get a bit of a more rapid tap fire going. Okay, so as you can see, it does kick up, but not too much as long as you don't fire too quickly. So it is good in that sense. I'm going to try to use the categories of useless, competitive and OP. And weapons I'll put into these categories is the AUG, I think is useless, the AUG. Competitive, I would say the Scar Forest is competitive. And then OP, I would say the Enfield WL, the Aurum and the Brent tuning. I think they're all three of those are OP. So we will now go with the spray. So it keeps itself pretty narrow, but once it gets to probably, I think, maybe 5 rounds, after about 5 rounds of going up in a straight line, then it will start to spread, as you can see. Let me do it again. Okay. So really, if you want to get the best out of this, I would recommend 3 or 4 shots and then reset your recoil, either by changing to your knife or just by stopping and doing it that way. So as you can see, I'll try and do 3 or 4 shots. Oh, would help if I had the right ammo. So there we go. Very linear, but it does have recoil. It's kicking up all the time. And if you try and spray the thing, then you need to pull down your mouse to get some counter recoil. Like that, as you can see. So now what we will do is we will crouch, tap fire. I will try and do this a little bit quicker now so I don't spend too much time, but you get the message. Much better with crouch, as you expect. A lot of guns are much better with crouch. They don't spread as much, they don't do anything. If you're moving with guns, as you can see, if you're moving with guns, it's just gonna go all over the place. So it's best to stop and shoot in most cases. Let's go with the far shoot. Okay, let's try and aim at the line. As you can see, spray. As you can see. Now this is range shooting. And remember, I do have Advanced Dominator and Sub-Zero and things equipped. Let's try crouch. Okay. Now let's test it against a couple of the OP guns. Now what I will say is the Enfield AS isn't as OP as the WL, but it's, it's comparative, I suppose. But let's go with the Brent tuning. Now we go tap fire. Don't really need to show you anymore, you get the message. Crouch. Crouch, tap fire. You know how OP this gun is, it's just fact, it is OP, I agree with everybody who says it. Now when you're moving though, good at that range, that's good. When you're moving further away, then it will deviate, but not very much. Okay, let's go with tap fire again at the line. As you can see, so yeah. Now what I will say is the fire rate is low on this, but really apart from that, it is in the same category as the RM and the Enfield WL. And that's why I've got bored of the gun. So really, the NX gun, very strong in small bursts. It has a very good fire rate. I don't think anyone can deny that. It is definitely inspired more upon the M4 than the AK, because it does have low damage as well. Remember, 4.2 damage rating, if I remember correctly. So you will need to get, you know, you will need to get some hits. So yeah, that's the way it is. Good gun. I don't personally think it's OP. If people disagree with me, that's fine. You have your own opinions. You are your own people. I respect that. But I personally don't think it's OP. It has the recoil. It spreads reasonably dramatically when it's shot at range. It's very, very tappy at range. It's got low damage, 4.2 rating. Has good fire rate, I agree. So at small, shorter ranges, if you can hit them, you know, if you can spray someone in the body, it's going to be good, as you can see. You know, you spray them in the body, it's going to kick up and hopefully hit them in the head as well. Not bad. But not as OP as some of the guns that you see running around now. So, you know, what can I do? Just go around with the M4A1 or, I don't know, something like that. There it is. Updated test on this gun, showing you how it's performing. I think it's pretty good. It's probably going to be, when I get to Grandmaster, which is obviously just one rank away, it will probably be the gun that I will use if I'm playing rifle most of the time, and I'll just use this gun. But you can expect me to probably go and do mastery on a different thing. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.